Alrighty, we're back. It's more Minecraft. Um, Today we're gonna be working on the farm, and we're gonna be doing some classic Bible talk. I'm just gonna, I'll just I don't want it to be every episode where we do when we talk about the Bible, because I think that's it. I don't want this to be like a uh, like a, a Bible channel. I like to have fun. I like to goof around, but I feel like it's something that I need to talk about. My name's Angel, but I've never really felt like one. If you get what I mean. I've always kind of felt like I have a name and I'm supposed to live up to it. You know, has, everyone essentially has a name or like what they're meant to be or what they're meant to do in life. And I'm not saying like, oh, I was supposed to be a holy matrimony. But there's one thing I've always said, something I learned during my acid trips. The difference between uh, I know them and I know about them. It's two very separate, distinct things. Uh, oh, that's not good. Oh, they. Oh, thank you. Wasn't about to deal with that. They're two very distinct concepts. I've been watching the show. Oh crap! I've been watching the show called The Oz, and I know, like, oh my god, using TV shows, but it's art, and art is all encompassing. Art is all inclusive. You know, you take what you get from things and you run with it. You get little bits and pieces of information and knowledge, and you synthesize it and you make it your own. And that's what life is all about. Just you can never be one thing. You have to pay attention and beware and know where things come from, so you yourself can be more knowledgeable. So you yourself can build a fortress in your mind that is impenetrable and unbreakable. But the thing with the Oz is there's this character who's a Muslim, right? And there's a part when he says, "Don't forget about jihad." It's like a war, but specifically it's jihad bil jihad bil nafs. I think jihad bil nafs, and it's the struggle or the war within oneself to become more pure. And I think everyone deals with that. That's like the core. At the core, it's like what I'd say I struggle with. It's purity within oneself, and without getting too esoteric, because that's not really. We're not gonna get too crazy deep in there. I know Muslims, and Christianity aren't the same, and I know there's lots of bad things that surround, the Muslim extremists and Islam, whatever. We're not really focusing on that. It's like I said, you have to take everything. You have to listen, but take things that resonate with you, so that you can build your fortress higher. You can make yourself deeper. Um, so back to what I was saying, I don't really know God. I don't, and this is one thing. That's another thing the character in that show says. Minister Saeed, we love him. I don't. He's in my eyes. He's ex- totally extremely righteous in every sense of the word. I root for him, even when he kills, people. I still think that his plight and his story, it's it's what anyone would go through. If I'm being honest with you, if you were in his positions, being a black man and fighting a war. But there's something he said in that show that just made my eyes just like so wide, and it like it humbled me. He's it's just like a couple words too. He said, "I want to know him. I want to know God," and that struck me like so hard because that's what I want. I want to know him, but I don't want to know about him. If you get what I'm trying to say here. Um. So So this goes back to what I was saying earlier. um. Oftentimes when I read about Christianity or I'm learning about it, it's always Jesus Christ is our true Savior, our one and only Savior. Once you accept Him to be your Savior, God will come to you and the devil will leave. But to me, that, like, to give myself over to something like that wholeheartedly, I need to know Him. I need to know everything about it. Because, you could blindly follow Muslim and hear all these bad things and be like, oh, you could decide that you don't want it anymore. By the way, we came down here for coal. I just, uh, I really needed more coal, but I came all the way down here on this tirade. Um, I think we found more diamonds though. Um, where was I? What was I saying? I said, oh yeah, so I started reading the Bible. I've been reading it. I'm on Samuel. I'd like to read it with you because I haven't met Jesus Christ yet. I haven't met. There's one thing. There's one thing, right? The Bible is it's full of bloodshed. Oh my God, I had no idea it was that brutal. Or today we have a apple juice, but with carbonated. I've been trying to get my attention span back because in high school I used to, in high school and middle school freaking I used to burn reading through books like it was nothing. I mean, they were like those the Ranger's Apprentice and the Last Apprentice. I don't know if anyone out there has ever read those. There were books like that, but I would be so excited to read them. I'd run home and I was a million word reader, twice in a row. Something I never really get to brag about for seventh and eighth grade. My attention span is just it's been shot to hell. So I've been struggling to get back to where I was. Uh, but I mean, everyone's heard about Genesis and Exodus, but then you get to Leviticus, and that explains all like the there's an endement over there. That explains all the laws that they set forth, and then Numbers explains that too. When I read Numbers, it like blew my mind. The amount of people that followed them is insane. It's insane if it's true, right? And it just adds to the realism that hey, like this probably happened if all these freaking people were a part of it and they all loved it and they all blindly followed these people that just out of nowhere were like, oh yeah, like you know, there's this guy and we're blindly following him and he performed all these miracles in Egypt and all that and whatnot. Um, and then you get to Deuteronomy. I think that's when Moses comes, or comes around in Exodus, I think. He doesn't leave till Joshua. And I'm on Samuel right now, and I read through Ruth. There's lots of stories that just get like forgotten about. I think Ruth is a really good story. I think it's nice. It's worth. It doesn't get credit. I don't get to see Ruth getting talked about as often. Um, let me just. I'm gonna teleport. I'm gonna. Oh, we said we wouldn't do that. So I have to go. I have to run all the way back up there. We didn't even find any coal, and I need like a bunch of it. I think I went too low. Okay, we can get out there this way. But yeah. Let's see here. Where was I? I was on Samuel. I usually read when I'm doing my cardio at the gym. Right. So, I don't know how I would do this exactly. I can't exactly play and read, you know. But I mean, I've read it, a lot of it. I keep trying to read daily. Uh, I don't know if that counts as prayer. In my head, I'm counting it as prayer. I don't think it counts as prayer, just reading. And I don't, and, maybe when I get to Jesus or when I finally meet him in the story, maybe I'll have, maybe I'll understand why people like talk about him or spread the word and the gospel. Because right now I'm like I said, like the thing with the the Oz, it really like blew my mind because it's scary to say that you can relate to characters on this show, and it's insane to even say that like oh like they make you feel bad for them or like which is crazy because at the core like they're all like psychopaths. They're not people you should essentially feel bad for, but somehow they manage to pull it off and it works very well. It's a very good show. I think it's better than The Wire. If I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a stretch. I think The Wire invented the term slow burn because it's really slow at the beginning. Like I can barely get through. I can barely get through it. I started watching The Sopranos again too. Oh, all right. Well, I needed to go back. I needed to get out of there. Uh, we'll get started on this fucking. We'll get started on but I'll put a timestamp on if you guys don't want to hear this part. What was I? I think I was on Samuel 11. This is so at this point they've been through a whole like family tree, and it's gotten so far deep that I don't even know where like whose son this is. But I'm sure like the thing with they rehash things so many times, it's insane. Uh, I'm on Samuel 11. So then, and I'll try to give these pronunciations the most justice. Then Nahash the Ammonite went up and besieged Jabesh Gilead, and all the men of Jabesh said to Nahash, "Make a treaty with us, and we will serve you." But Nahash the Ammonite said to them, "On this condition I will make a treaty with you, that I gouge out all your right eyes, and thus bring disgrace on all Israel." The elders of Jabesh said to him, "Give us 7 days. Respite that we may send messengers through all the territory of Israel. Then, if there is no one to save us, we will give ourselves to you." When the messengers came to Gibeah of Saul, they reported the matter in the ears of the people, and all the people wept aloud. See, the argument that why would God create such a bad thing? Like, why would God like allow evil things to happen? Essentially, you have to realize that. And I don't like how it constantly says that God is he's jealous. He's a jealous God. That's so fucking ridiculous. I can't believe someone like him would admit that. And yeah, and sure, it's to say that, but jealous is the wrong word to use. He's not a jealous guy. You just here's the thing, right? You can't you can't make the horse drink water. At the end of the day, right? You have to leave breadcrumb trails in order for people to understand. When someone is able to put two and two together, it makes so much more sense to them in that way. But you can't like the way a breadcrumb trail would work is that you would have to let them go and be themselves. And if when someone acts the way they are, someone else is, they're not perfect. Someone else will let them know, and they'll change themselves that way. I don't think you can force someone to believe in God. Right. So you read this, and I feel like people need to talk more about this side. Um. Anyways, uh, now behold, I'm on Samuel, the passage 5. Now behold, Saul was coming from the field behind the oxen, and Saul said, "What is wrong with the people, that they are weeping?" So they told him the news of the men of Jabesh, and the Spirit of God rushed upon Saul when he heard these words, and his anger was greatly kindled. He took a yoke of oxen and cut them in pieces, and sent them throughout all the territory of Israel by the hand of the messengers, saying, "Whoever does not come out after Saul and Samuel, so it shall be done to his oxen." That's another thing too. You can't read the Bible. I'm sorry, let's put a pin right there. You can't read the Bible nowadays and do everything that they say. It's like, oh, get a fresh bird and a fresh goat and kill it, and then I don't know why they thought. I don't understand why they were thinking. There's so much. Oh, and when they're making the tabernacle, I hate that part. There's so much. Moses, I personally feel like Moses came in and he mucked up the story of how pure it could have been. Because you spend a whole, what was it, like 30 passages? They just explain how to make this. I get it, okay? It's a holy relic, and it's kind of insane that he knows how to make it. I'll agree with that part. It's kind of insane, but yeah, like do you want me to get an oxen nowadays? Is this how I don't know where to find an ox. Whatever. I'm digressing. Then the dread of the Lord fell upon the people, and they came out as one man. When he mustered them at Bezek, the people of Israel were 300,000, and the men of Judah 30,000. And they said to the messengers who had come, "Thus shall you say to the men of Jabesh Gilead, Tomorrow, by the time the sun is hot, you shall have salvation." When the messengers came and told the men of Jabesh, they were glad. Therefore the men of Jabesh said, "Tomorrow we will give ourselves up to you, and you may do to us whatever seems good to you." And the next day Saul put the people in three companies, and they came into the midst of the camp in the morning watch, and struck down the Ammonites until the heat of the day. And those who survived were scattered, so that no two of them were left together. That's crazy. That's crazy. I can't believe I can't believe God would allow something like that. But whatever. In this case, it's the Lord. Um, the kingdom is renewed. Then the people said to Samuel, "Who is it that said, 'Shall Saul reign over us?' Bring them in that we may put them to death." But Saul said, not a man shall be put to death this day, for today the Lord has worked salvation in Israel. Then Samuel said to the people, come, let us go to Gilgal, and there renew the kingdom. So all the people went to Gilgal, and there they made Saul king before the Lord in Gilgal. There they sacrificed peace offerings before the Lord, and there Saul and all the men of Israel rejoiced greatly. So that's the end of 11. To summarize, sometimes I feel like I read it and I don't know what I just read. I guess like 30,000, that's insane. Does no one understand how like 30,000 people following this one guy? That's crazy. As far as origin stories go, I'd say it's a pretty good one. I'd say it's pretty valid. I'd say it's, it makes sense when you go back to the Nephilim, the giant people, and then as time went on, the Noah, the Israel, um, Adam, they all, their lifespan kept going shorter and shorter as time went on, and that makes sense, in terms of like a literary, like if this was a fiction, that would be a good, that would, there's reason to that, it's valid if it's true, but the days go by, sometimes I'm utterly convinced, sometimes I'm not. And I don't want God to save me just because I talk about him. I want to save myself. Um, without, compromising the integrity of the word of God, because it's a powerful thing. It helps lots of people, and I don't want to sully something so beautiful as God Himself, or the concept of God at least. Ooh, we got a shovel. Okay, that's enough yapping. We'll get started on this. Get started on this farm here. So we're just gonna make a path going all the way down. We'll probably get to where the honey thing is. Maybe I should go to sleep real quick. Hold on. Ooh, we got an apple. I think I'll start making some golden apples because those are yummy. Those are good for the those are good for the tummy. Oh brother. Um, put you in there and you in there. Let's see what we can do with those later on. But first, we need the farm. We need this farm to get going, right, guys? So yeah. I wish I could read the next passage while I do this. I guess I could. We're just going straight. Um, and like I said, we're not going to be doing. I think mainly when we play Minecraft, we'll be doing Bible talk. Don't let your parents find you watching this or whatever. Um, right. So, and Samuel said, so we're doing Samuel's farewell address. There's about 30 passages in this one, and there's two sections for Samuel. Uh, I think we can make this elevated part like a little area of two. Go, keep going. We'll make this beehive the edge of the farm area. Uh-huh. And this is gonna be purely it's not gonna really have that much design. It'll only be part of the whatchamacallit. I don't know what I would I don't know what I would call it. It won't be like as pretty as aesthetically pleasing because I need this farm to work already. What I'm thinking we can do later on is automate the block the pistons off. See, look how good, look how nice this freaking block is. You know, with the like pistons. We'd put a piston on the edge over here, and then have a water source come and drag all the crops this way, and then we could just run over and collect them. That might be a little bit complicated or convoluted, so we'll see where we are when we get there, I guess. I'm already out of this nice, awesome. Do I have more? Yes. It might be enough if I'm. Maybe I have some in there. Ooh, I almost got all the way. We'll do the first half over here first, so we can see how things would look. Oh, I need a bucket. That's what I'm wondering what I need. I need a bucket and a hoe. I think we have I think we have I know what I'm gonna do. I just had a good idea. Let me just get all this. So first, not what I wanted to do. Okay. Ah, the roses. Not the roses. All the way over here. Right. So this will be the first half. We'll just make a smaller one. We'll just make like a prototype version of this farming area, just so we can have some stuff in stock, I guess you could say. I can see why people like talking or spreading the word. Puts a lot of things into perspective and like, look, I'm sure all of it's real. I'm positive it is. Or I'm taking it with a grain of salt, if you will. Hmm. The Oz is amazing. I love that show. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, I relate to them, because that would be insane. But just that feeling of trying to get ahead and then just fucking everything up and going back to where you were, I can relate with that very much. It really is. It really is an endless battle with yourself. Oh no, I don't want. I don't want that. I want the. I need to make fence again. I completely forgot. Oh, okay. I think I made too many sticks then. I think if we are gonna do Bible talk, it'll just be like a passage, and then I'll read some more of Samuel on my own. Well, I mean, obviously the thing is, I'm trudging through the Old Testament. It is a lengthy read, and on it is nothing. I've never read anything like it before either. So, I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't mind if it is good sci-fi. It is very good sci-fi. With all respect, real if it's not. It is very good sci-fi and literature. Trying to be funny. Oh look, I have more. I do have more. Awesome. Put this dirt away. And then we ran out of. Give me a bucket. I need a bucket. Make more. Oh, you can stack them now. Finally. I've been waiting for that. Give me the diamonds. Let's see what we have. We have a whole mine down there. We have enough. We have stuff to spare. The diamond hoe. I'm insane for this. I'm insane for that. I know already. I know. You don't have to tell me. Hmm. So I'm wondering if this still works. Okay, I'll show you guys some Minecraft magic. I don't think they've patched this yet. I'll use this and then infinite water. Okay, so the water glitch still works. Good, good. Okay. So I believe what we want to do here is this simply. Right, so then this will be a passage. We'll go all the way down over here. Say like right there. So this part might be. I might just skip through this because this could get boring. And I ate through all my wood, huh? Oh my god. Okay. Give me a second. I'll get some more. I can firmly admit that the Oz, the TV show, made me take God more seriously. It is a fantastic show. Fantastic. The actors, every single actor in there is is crazy. You know, the poetry is insane in that show. The prose, I'm blanking on the guy in the wheelchair's name, but he's got some of the he is probably the most amazing character I've ever witnessed in a show. You know, he's in your head, he's spinning, he's dropping these insane bars on you, and it all relates. It all coalesces with the story. Just crazy. And I can't believe it got aired on TV because there's some parts in there, and I'm watching it and I'm like, what the fuck? Like they really aired this? That's insane. It's insane. Just think that it's insane to think that add a little boo boo there. Let me go back to bed. I mean, I'm on my second watch through right now as it is. I tried watching The Wire, but it's just not my thing. It's the definition of the word slow burn for sure. Hmm. Oh yeah, this place is gonna look amazing when I'm done with it. That thing haunts me. It haunts me, I tell you. Okay. Okay, so we got more wood. Right, right. So let's see how far this water thing goes again. I think you guys can fuck with the vision at this point. Uh, wow, I got a lot of wood. Mm-hmm. So then I'll just do one, and then I think I got it off my chest. So the next time the farm will be complete. Because it's just gonna be this all the way down. I don't know if I would want everyone to be a believer. That's not something in me. It's not something for me to decide. And there's so many negatives. Um, well, not negative, but particularly on things I'm not really too fond of that are being said in here. Because it's just some of the things are so outlandish, and I don't understand why it was even why it was put in the first place. Oh, we're gonna have to go lily pad farming too, for sure. Oh, I just remembered. We need to find a nice, good swamp area. Oh, look at that. This is why we're putting the. God damn it. This is why we're putting the fences up. These freaking mongrels are gonna come and they're just gonna stomp over everything. I can't believe I just said mongrel. Um, I guess we just let's so yeah. So let me let me think here. Put some lights up for the meantime. I'll just show you this one block over here. Just don't leave me yet. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How do I make the stupid bullshit again? Jungle fence. Oh, okay. There you go. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, you guys should read the Bible. But, if you do read the Bible, uh, God bless you. I hope everything's going well for you. Because I know I struggle with a lot of things. And I'm not saying it's better than therapy, but being able to confide in something is always a good thing for you know, own sake. We're gonna need to level this. You see that cow is gonna be a problem one of these days. Right, so we got this nice little entrance here, right? We just this will be the entrance to the farm. We already got some seeds. Yeah. Oh, a seedy place. Wow, thanks for that. And because I'm such an OG, I already know about this. Oh wow, I really got any of it. I really got anything. So this is what I'm saying. We need those lily pads ASAP. That'll be another episode for another day though, because I'm not about to go looking for freaking. Oh, you can. But yeah, this is what the farm is gonna look like. It'll just be this, but multiplied all the way through, and the lily pads inside. And like I said, like I pointed in real life over there. Uh, we could essentially do like a little cover here and have the water source and then the piston come out and just wash away all the. But it might be too long. We might not be able to do that right away. Oh, look at this! My bamboos are ready. I also got some leather earlier. And the more I think about it, I think where I drew that line over there, the other side will be the cow farm probably. 'Cause we're gonna need that pretty soon as well. Um. So yeah. Let me know if you guys want to read more passages with me, I would enjoy the feedback. Mhm. Hold on, I don't want you guys to leave me with hunger. Huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Well, this has been Pachuco. Thank you for your time. Um, I hope the I hope a greater power visits you soon, sooner rather than later. Bye bye.